Yeah, I think it's interesting that Liquid also opted to ban out Invoker. I was looking a bit at their statistics throughout the year because they played up against each other quite a lot of times, and Yandex has beaten Liquid almost every single time. I think their track record before TI was 1-5, and 5 being Yandex, 1 being Liquid. And Invoker was quite frequently picked in those series. So I think Liquid has also realized, like, even though they beat it in the group stage, this hero is a problem for them.
Yeah, it's very spooky and it scales very, very well, and it's also super comfort for cheer. So I think it is a good ban. It makes a lot of sense, and a lot of teams are prioritizing it. So this IO hero is a hero that has been the talk of the town over the past week. This may not be what you think it is, which is support IO. This is most likely a core IO, which has been popularized over the past win the game very quickly or build a lead against it, it can take over.
There's a caveat though to a core IO working where it feels like you still need to be able to have either another core that feels really good to relocate in, or support that you can bring with it. Surely it isn't just as straightforward as shut it down early and you can win against an IO carry or IO core.
That's a very valid point. I mean, when you look at IO carry and the current support pool, he works with most of them. Like, we're seeing a lot of 5 Undyings. We're seeing Largos sometimes be flexed to support, but mainly played through the offlane. We're seeing Tusks, we're seeing Clockworks. All of these heroes they pair excellently on lane, and also, in the case of heroes like Clockwork, can set up for that IO relocate. I look at this IO come out in the first phase, and I think it's very ballsy, like Quinn mentioned, but it also makes sense in Sanyo versus Nature's Prophet. You have this hero with global threat, you counter it with your own global threat.
Yeah, I mean, Wisp, whenever I see Wisp at TI main stage, it just makes me think of, TI9 OG when they did this. And I know something they really like to run was the Wisp Tusk. And when you have these two heroes paired together, you get the overcharge that adds damage to the... what is it called? To the tag team, and then you have that relocate that you mentioned, and suddenly Nature's Prophet is not tanky at all. This guy just vanishes. And this is another way to abuse the Wisp, which is just you amplify the healing.
Yeah. Yeah, this combo is terrifying. I think, honestly, when I see these two heroes, I think the story of the game has already been set in terms of draft. You cannot beat IO Largo late game. It's impossible. The healing is absolutely out of control. Without something like an A or a Doom, I think it's just completely, it's not even a question. And so to me, Liquid is in the ballpark of we want to run them over now, because IO and Largo, they're greedy heroes, they're farmers, and you've got a window where you can abuse them, where you can run them over. You can get these ranged turrets, these Scotties that beat them down and nullify the regen some. And so I think Liquid's got, they know what their path is, what their plan is for the draft now.
Yeah, the healing amp is ridiculous, but also the damage amp, right? Like, yeah. IO's Spirits with the Aghanims plus Largo's like E, plus Conjurer's Catalyst, which seems to drop in every game when you're playing against core IO. Like, wow, suddenly it's got a Conjurer's Catalyst. It feels like you can't play into this. There's permanent uptime on ridiculous damage.
Dire team pick.
I mean, Yandex are essentially saying, like, hey, this is our draft, try to beat it.
Yep.
And I actually like that Liquid take the Tusk away. I think Tusk is one of the main enablers that allows Wisp to get through the early game. And like we mentioned already, for Yandex right now, it's about how can we build a strong enough early game that we can reach our end game timings, because that's already on the table. If we get to the end game and we have everything online, we're going to be stronger than them.
Yeah, and I think the Tusk Mirana fits that very well. It's two heroes that really like early skirmishing. They get up in there, they fight, and you can set up for Nature's Prophet TPs because you want to open the towers early, you want to speed the game up, keep making moves, keep killing heroes, and I think these heroes fit very well. Not to mention you've got some extra damage from potential Vessel and Mirana to counter the healing. You've got Tusk, which amplifies Nature's Prophet's damage. I think it's these picks make a lot of sense and fit that sort of theme of we need to tempo these guys and shut them down.
I also like that Yandex are kind of defining the draft. When you pick these kinds of heroes that are like, now you need to respond to us. I think this is something that we haven't seen from them in the group stage. And it's showing confidence in that, like, they're willing to put their draft out there and be like, now you come play our game. Boxy is not playing Wind Ranger or Hoodwink. They're not having that offlane combination that they've done so well with throughout this year, or this TI. They're forced on this Tusk, which is a Boxy hero. They can absolutely pull it off, but Liquid is playing Yandex game.
And that is a concern of mine, because while Boxy is probably the best Tusk in the world, it hasn't looked amazing for them this group stage, like you mentioned, Matt, because Boxy and Ace, they seem to function if Boxy is playing a hero that doesn't stack camps like Coddle, just sits on the lane, hits the enemy, secures him his early game farm, and then leaves. When you're playing this Tusk into Yandex's lineup, you're making him leave that lane very
5
early. He's
seconds
going to be going
remaining.
mid. He's going to be trying to pressure that IO and kill him as early as possible with the Nature's Prophet TPs. And that's not Ace's recipe to success.
It's definitely not. And with Enchantress and Hoodwink, it's two more heroes that are difficult to kill. Enchantress got the healing, Hoodwink's got the running through the trees and the built-in evasion. Like, you need more tools to kill stuff, because just one support that's starting fights, you look at Mirana and Nature's Prophet, they're follow-up heroes. Nature's Prophet TP's in, Mirana wants someone already stuns, you can arrow them. You need other heroes that can get in there and get the ball rolling. You don't want too much more follow-up, because there's a lot of stuff that you need a lot of tools to kill. It's not heroes that just melt when you look at them.
Someone that I'm surprised is still in the hero pool is Centaur. He was a big talking point when it came to group stage. It felt like more often than not, he was first phase picked, and in Seder I'm looking, it's still there. Someone who goes in, someone who has a blink stun initiate.
Hero fully capable of doing it. I think Ace doesn't
Dire
really
team
love
back.
playing the hero that way.
I see.
And they're going to opt for the Dawnbreaker. This has also been extremely strong for them throughout the groups. I think they're one of the few teams that plays it really actively, and Dawnbreaker Tusk is an amazing combo again. If you look at their spells, Dawnbreaker's Q essentially is 3 auto attacks really quickly, and Tag Team amplifies that.
10 seconds
And Wisp is like a
remaining.
pretty low armor hero, so if you get on top of the Wisp, it can just explode.
5 seconds remaining.
Versus Enchantress as well. You have the means to kill her now with this Dawn Starbreaker. She was a hero that Yandex were just going to throw into the enemies and say, press your only disables on me. We're going to survive this and our IO will kill you all. Now Dawnbreaker's purpose in the fights is very clear. Hoodwink and Enchantress are the heroes that Ace should target, and the global presence on top of Nature's Prophet's global presence will be able to match IO's tempo once he gets his items.
Yeah, I do think there is risk in this pick, though, because you've now got 2 global guys. Dawn is also a follow-up hero, so there's a lot of weight on Tusk now, and I totally agree about the Tusk Dawnbreaker lane. That is a classic counterpick to Enchantress. When Ench was a first-pick hero, you respond with those 2 heroes, and you try to kill her. But if you don't get the kills, suddenly, if you look at a long fight in this game, like a fight where both teams are kiting and chilling, Yandex is super happy, because they have all these heals, all this slow damage over time, and Liquid needs to burst you. If they're not bursting you with a Tusk jump into a Dawnbreaker follow-up, then what are they doing in the fights?
Yeah. I absolutely love this puck ban as well, because I was thinking here on 18, this is on our road to winning TI-13. This was our go-to thing. So
10
the
seconds
pick where they
remaining.
just picked Dawnbreaker, the very, very strong thing about it is that you get to pick your hero
5
into banning 2
seconds
heroes
remaining.
immediately afterwards. And puck was our go-to. You pick the puck there, and then you ban 2
Team back.
counters, and it feels like this hero is just unkillable. And if you look at the Yandex heroes, they essentially have 1 stun, and it's not a stun that you can really land on puck because of the phase shift. So I love that ban. I think Yandex they're hitting.
I have a question for you, Aiden. How unlikely is it that there's the potential to
seconds
flex the
remaining.
Nature's Prophet to mid and just make it a
Dire
high
team
burst
pick.
damage hero?
It's been done before. Nisha used to play it quite a bit. I think even during that TI run that we had, he did play it mid every once in a while. So it is a possibility.
But is it good enough in this game? Do we potentially see it as we know the reason of a Nature's Prophet moving towards mid and the benefit
10
it gives?
seconds remaining.
I could see it for something like a Tiny, potentially, which is not super high damage, but it gives you a
5 seconds
starter,
remaining.
and then you let your Nature's Prophet and your Dawnbreaker be the true carries. You get a hero that can go in there, it pairs well with Mirana in lane. Yeah, I think it makes a lot of sense. And it's a cool adaptation to Nature's Prophet. I haven't seen it mid this tournament at all. My one worry is that it's blind, and it's a hero that can be counterpicked, and if you have heroes running at you mid like Enchantress and Hoodwink like do, if you die a couple of times, well,
10
Nature's Prophet wants to
seconds
TP
remaining.
elsewhere. He wants to fight on other lanes, use his spells to open up towers and attack other
5
places. So if people come
seconds
to you, the hero can have some big problems with that.
Yeah, so I think Nigma played Nature's Prophet mid with a carry Ember at some point.
Okay.
And it was really cool because it functions similarly to this Nature's Prophet plus Tiny, where they're going to have that same dynamic. But this Nature's Prophet, had it just been run as carry and was forced to follow the IO around, it would have felt very underwhelming to me because eventually he's just going to fall off a cliff. Whereas from the mid lane, his role becomes different. Suddenly he's more about opening towers, pressuring, and not trying to maximize his GPM.
Yeah, I think just conceptually this game on Yandex, they said very early on, we're going to be so tanky that you cannot kill us. And if you don't win the fight in the first second, we're going to win it over time. And Liquid has responded to that by picking heroes that provide a lot of damage really, really quickly. You have Tiny that deals a lot of damage, you have Dawnbreaker falling in, you have Tusk, you have an Arrow, and then a Nature's Prophet ult on top of it. So Liquid is essentially trying to break that by exploding a hero at the start of the fight. and then abusing the fact that they have a numerical advantage to keep snowballing these fights forward. So for that reason, I think the Tiny conceptually makes so much sense. There's no other hero in Dota that one-shots you the same way Tiny does.
Yeah, it's a very logical and purposeful draft. I think it's actually super cool. The Yandex proposes a problem like this, and Liquid says, okay, here's our solution to the problem. And then you put it into the game and you test it and say, all right, is your solution good enough for this problem? Have you solved the proof?
Yeah.
I do see one thing that might become an issue, and I'm not sure if Wind Ranger necessarily like solves that or if it puts more of a hindrance to it, is Nature's Prophet wants to be around the farm, around the map a lot farming. Dawnbreaker as well, they kind of want to be by themselves. Is it almost either too greedy, or is there an avenue in which we could see them getting picked off without having that backup from Liquid in moments?
And I think it depends on how the lanes go, honestly, and how the pace is set. But I just need to comment on this CJ IO. This is so funny because they dodged the, okay, carry to carry IO Nature's Prophet matchup. I'm just going to play a different role. And CJ's like, no, I'm on your lane. I'm playing IO versus you, and I'm going to be your problem, Nisha.
This is his 12th hero now at the International, adding another one to his hero pool.
Yeah, this is super interesting. I think it's a lane that IO should be pretty happy in. If you're not pressuring IO early, then Cyril farms really fast, and he gets his level super early, and he relocates elsewhere. And he can also have Ench come to mid, so I think it's a cool pick. My biggest question is, can Chiro Jr. actually play it? Because this is a specialist hero, not a hero that any schmuck can play.
I absolutely agree. I think that is the biggest question mark. Because from theory standpoint, this idea is really cool. Wind Ranger doesn't die as quickly to the Tusk and the Dawnbreaker. She has the ability to Wind Run, which dodges the attacks, so you don't take the bonus damage. And they've solved kind of like the laning issue, but now it's become like a skill check. Can Shira play Wisp? Because I think if he can, they're in a good position to win this game.
What makes it so different, Quinn, playing it IO mid compared to playing it carry?
You get a lot more levels, but you also don't have a hero naturally with you that you're paired with and tethered to all the time. And so I think there's that extra level of IO expertise needed, because you need to know, when do I go to side lanes, when do I farm, and when do I fight, compared to on carry, you kind of just autopilot fight and press relocate, whereas mid there's a lot more decisions.
All right, well, it's a lot of fun in the draft that we've been given right now. A plot twist right towards the end, but we're going to see just how confident Liquid's coach is in their draft as he's standing by with Tsunami.
I think he's very confident, because Blitz, I was getting ready for the interview. They didn't even finish picking Wind Ranger and you already walked out of the booth. What's up?
Usually during online games I do that, and then I kind of forgot that we were at TI, so I don't know. It's like not going to change anything I've done. I've 23 picked, and you know, do I tell my team anything different now that they pick Wind Ranger? Like, they got us, guys.
There's no world where you'd have been like, oh wait, actually, let's not do the Nature's Prophet Tiny swap. Let's keep Nature's Prophet as carry, or you were set no matter what?
No, I think at this tournament, something that I've really learned is you gotta have faith in your ideas and you gotta do you. You can't think too much about what the enemy team can do, or else I think it just gets in your head.
And then in terms of having faith in your ideas, you have been here before. 2 years ago, you were getting ready to go into your playoff bracket and then win the whole thing. Last year, polar opposite, not making out a group stage. What's the vibe right now with you and the team?
Oh, I mean, we were talking about how it's been 2 years since any of us have been able to play on this stage. And, you know, I got pretty emotional because Tofu was like, hey guys, I'm really proud of how we got here and stuff like that. And it means the world to me. And, you know, when you win TI, you just think to yourself, like, life's going to just keep cruising and stuff. And it was a really big reminder to me that this game it's not like a right, it is a privilege. And I hope that everybody remembers that and treats the game with a lot of respect, because, you know, for sure, I thought that we were just going to cruise and keep being the best team ever. And, you know, life comes at you really hard. And, you know, I don't really have many years left in this. And I just want to, like, take it in and appreciate it.
Well, let's still appreciate the moment together, Blitz. Good luck on game number 1 as we send it to our casters.
The battle.
Thank you very much there, Neil and Blitz. Some great words there from Blitz coming into this series. It should be a fantastic one. And you can tell Liquid, obviously with their run for the group stage, looks like they're really locking in, taking it serious. They had a fantastic run. Yandex is a little bit shaky, but the potential from Yandex, as we've seen through the season, is pretty scary. So if they start to step it up here in the main event, they're going to give Liquid a run for their money.
For sure, and I have to be pointing out that this is a bit of like the only rematch that we do have, I think, from any of the teams, right? This is the only time that we are having in this tournament so far, a team playing against each other for the second time. So the last time we did see Liquid come out ahead. Curious to see how this one's going to go, because a lot of teams, a lot of players have been talking about this IO Largo disgusting kind of combo where you have just infinite sustain inside of the draft. Liquid's approach, just like the panel was talking about, is overwhelming burst. Everybody bursts.
I mean, yeah, both. When you look at the side lanes from Liquid, it's honestly the dream sort of setups for a mid-Nature's Prophet. Yeah, I love the mid-Nature's Prophet. I want to see more of it. It is a risky one to do, because if you start moving around the map too early, and you can lose your lane pretty hard. Nisha, I'm sure, he's not going to do that. He's going to be very sensible with his early game movements. But the potential for early movements are huge, because both lanes, you've got these duo lane setups that are absolute killers, right? Already the aggression coming out from Boxy and Ace, looking to secure that first bit of blood, but won't quite get it. Malady will live, able to sneak away. But yeah, you can taste it. Liquid, they're going to be hungry for the kills. On the side of Yandex, though, they have got some pretty nice slippery laners, right? They've got the heroes ready to sort of sustain through that. You look at this bottom lane, give them a few levels, and both these two, the Hoodwink, the Wind Ranger, they're going to be slipping about. It's not going to be that easy for this kind of Dawnbreaker Tusk lane to set up the action. Yandex, they've responded well.
Yeah, responded well. Liquid does have a lot of control, though. On top of just having the burst damage, that's something I am looking at their draft with, is much easier for them to just approach these fights, approach just initiating as well, too. While you look for Yandex, it's a very different approach in general for everything. Like they were talking about panel, right? Long team fights, having to bait a hero at first, throw the Largo in, maybe the Enchantress to force some spells. Liquid is just going to be go, go, go. So excited to see how this one's going to go down. Excited to see how the lanes go. And if this Largo, if this IO is going to get together and become that unkillable duo with all the heals.
Absolutely, yeah. The group up from Yandex, it's going to be a question, as you say, who kind of gets to that point first? Are Yandex going to be able to build to this stage where you can't kill them? Or are Liquid going to be able to build to the stage where their overwhelming burst and aggression and initiation is too much for Yandex to group up?
Chiro?
Going to get hit by a snowball. Is it going to quite reach him? No. Creep Wave comes in. He's got the tether at the ready to get away from Boxy.
This is... I'm very curious about this lane as well, too. Just like Quinn was talking about, Chiro has played, what was it, 12 heroes? 12 heroes at this point.
11 or 12, yeah.
Absurd, right? So I think the question really is how well is he going to play it, and especially how well is he going to play it into such an aggressive lineup that can potentially burst you if you're not careful. Right now, lane's looking very good. 17-0, sure, some denies on Nisha, but like Quinn was saying, right? If this IO gets away with a good start, it can be pretty problematic, because you get that reload online very early, you devastate the side lanes, but we do have to talk about that too, right? Global potential of both sides, quite high. Bottom, Boxy.
Oh, he's going to come in with a snowball. I don't think he's getting out of this one, though. As soon as he's going to be out of the snowball, Watson's going to look to try and secure the first blood, and he'll do so easily. Same time in the mid, Nisha's trying to go for Chiro Jr. here with the tree. It's going to get him. He's into the trees, Chiro Jr.
Got him.
This will do it. Nisha did TP over just in case he needs to get a right click in himself, and we'll TP back to base and to make sure he can get the refuel. So, kills
big deal.
Going down already in that mid matchup.
Big deal in the mid lane to get this type of kill, though. That probably could mean he did have to use the TP back, so it might take him longer to come all the way back.
Walk to lane.
But he might still be able to get that level 6 very early. And as we said, high burst potential, that Wrath of Nature with the double stun on side lanes could be very strong, very aggressive in this game.
In the top
lane, another move.
This rotation come in. Flick to the side here, but the arrow's lined up. Tofu, make sure that Sax is not getting away.
Overall for Liquid, it's much easier to just make these moves, right? As we're saying, for Yandex, it's more of this group up, eventual just whittling heroes down in the side lanes, because they do have this very strong safe lane with the Wind Ranger and the Hoodwink. Boxy, he's just going to be moving now. They've accepted the fact. Yeah, we picked the Dawn and the Tusk to be able to try to pressure that lane, but the fact that they picked the Wind Ranger, you just can't really.
You're not killing monsters.
No, it's too hard unless he literally just kind of runs up and dies on purpose. Even then, right, they have a stun to be able to protect. So now Malady, his choice is, where do you want to go? Now this Hoodwink has opportunity to also match the movements, and you can leave the Wind Ranger alone. So let's see how much he wants to do. He's looking for Boxy. He knows that Boxy's just looking to go through these gates and pressure the lanes. So good identification of that there from Malady.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be good enough, really, right? Just sort of keeping tabs on the Tusk movements.
Yep.
Not allowing Boxy to get away with those sort of plays top.
Even mid, though, they do have to be wary, as we saw there. Boxy, well, not right now, but can go for those TP plays, can look for the kills onto Chiro. But now, let's see those 6s. Chira's about to hit it. Nisha's about to hit it as well. Similar timing.
I mean, that's the thing. We're seeing fantastic efficiency from both of these mids, both backing up, making use very early on of the neutral camps here. Chiro with the Spirits, and, of course, Nisha with the Treants. So these two are going to get fantastic farm out of this solo situation. It's just going to be very interesting to see where both of their games go. Obviously, both heroes with huge global potential and many ways to read the map and make moves, which is going to be an absolute treat to see from these two players. Because when you have these sort of mid-heroes that have those sort of opportunities, as I say, it's very easy to sort of make a bad move that kind of snowballs in the wrong direction.
For sure.
So they've got to be on top of their game here, Nisha and Chira Jr.
Runes going to be the choice because Io does want to play with the runes, right? So Nisha, he's going to double check with Treants. So probably going to prevent the fill-up from going out there for Chira Jr. Could restrict some of his movements here. Let's see what Saxo wants to do, because usually we do see as well the Enchantresses try to sandwich onto the mid lane, so maybe something they want to consider, but not the easiest, as we said. For Yandex, their lineup just isn't really about ganking overall, right?
No.
So it's just different what we're going to see. Liquid probably the one's going to be on the aggression in the majority of this early game. Finding another one.
Able to come across and help out Tofu to take Saxo down.
And another thing, I actually wanted to check with the build. I'm assuming Tofu's going to get a Vessel anyway in this game, right?
Someone's got to buy one, right?
You definitely want one versus all this healing. Sure, Largo can lick it off, but Arrow, connection, DM.
If they have enough to take him out with the tree coming
Grenade.
close.
Not quite there.
Not going to catch him. DM will be able to survive. We're going to see Malady, see if he maybe gets lucky around the 7 minutes with Watson. We'll see what sort of response Liquid come in with.
Both contesting. Boxy and Ace are strong. Boxy's a bit low level.
He is low on the levels. Get the shackle into the power shot. This is going to hurt pretty badly. Relocate's coming in as well. They want to contest this.
They got to sack it.
And indeed, they have to back away from this one. So Watson's going to be allowed to take away
Ace.
Shrine of Wisdom. DM's going to secure his own.
Could be in trouble here. Power shot hits.
A lot of damage as well. They'll get the kill on top of it. I mean, the dream sort of move there for Chira Jr. Not only helping out secure the Wisdom to make sure that Yandex get both of them, but also getting involved in the chance to kill off the enemy offlaner.
Nisha not feeling like he's in a position. I don't think he had the TP, the teleport available. At least he had the TP scroll, but feeling like he couldn't join it.
After that play he made against Saxo, I think it
was still on cooldown, yeah.
Yeah, level 1.
Nice.
Pretty long cooldown on that teleportation, 65 seconds.
Heads up move. Very nice play with them having this advantage in the bottom lane, being able to play versus this Dawnbreaker. That's the reason they can go for this. Ace struggling to enter into this game in comparison to the opposing offlaner. See how he can catch back up. As we said, lots of global potential, but that does mean that it's going to stall out the 6 a little bit longer for that Dawnbreaker since he does get brought down. And DM, he can just farm super efficiently now at this point. His lane was good on the Largo. Now he just goes to the side camps that we'd love to watch these Largos farm, of course. And he can show up to most of these fights himself, too. A very responsive lineup that Yandex can go for to counter what Liquid wants to go for.
I mean, that's the thing. There's just so many heals. And honestly,
so much.
Pretty good aggression and offensive potential as well later down the line, right? There's a lot of spell amp between them. You got a Hunter's Boomerang later on from the Hook Wing. You got this Io with the Overcharge. You got the Cargo with the Bull Belly Blitz and the Croak. If they put this all together, it's going to hurt. They can live through it all and they can dish it back at you.
There's a lot of really cool combos that we can get to. Sure, there's some way later on as well that are pretty ridiculous. The Io plus the Wind Ranger, Focus Fire, level 25, etc. We'll wait down the lines to be able to talk about
But
that,
honestly, if the game duration is anything to go by so far here at this international, we might get there.
Yeah, some really, really cool combo plays. And something to talk about too is they do have these like pseudo saves on Yandex, but Liquid, they have the harder save in particular in this game, right? They have the ulti from the Dawn, they have the Tusk Snowball, so we'll see in particular in the team fights how much that's going to actually matter.
Yeah, it's not going to be the easiest early on for Watson to sort of just focus fire someone and hope for the kill. There's going to be ways for Liquid to fight back and keep one another alive. Honestly, both lineups very much kitted out to bring us some pretty exciting action.
I think we're in for an absolute trip. I think it's very likely we do get to that 50, very later stages.
Both teams, they don't, well, at least especially on Yandex's side, they don't mind playing a bit greedy, right?
No.
You got this Io, he wants to be kind of max efficiency, getting the creeps, hitting the jungle, pushing the lane out, holding the tower. DM, he's happy to kind of get his big items online with this Largo and beef up, and Watson, he's more than happy to hit the creep. Over on Liquid's side, they do obviously have like the safe lane Tiny, but we do see these Tiny, they kind of want to get kind of these 2-3 items online before they do anything, right? These Echoes into a Shadow Blade or into a Blink, but we'll see which way Mickey's going to be going this game. I mean, which way do you think he is going to be going, considering that he obviously has this mid-nature's Prophet that Nisha's playing,
I'd like
this Maelstrom, he's going to be farming.
Yeah.
You got to have someone go in, right? And it's probably got to be the Tiny when you've got this mid-NP.
Otherwise, you're fully reliant on the Tusk. I think that's exactly what Mickey has to do. Maybe take slight back foot and let Nisha play that true carry from the mid lane, because they do scale. absolutely on the side of
Because that's the thing. Could they also just say, well, Yandex is going to try and scale, we're going to outscale them, and can you trust in the tiny Nature's Prophet core to sort of outdo that of the IO Win Ranger, or do you think that's a risk?
It could be a risk. It just, we don't know. I haven't seen the full tests in some of these games of how busted the IO Largo really can be when it's put together, because the healing gets to be absolutely ridiculous. But Liquid, if they have the burst, right, you get the Daedalus Tiny, etc., right, we'll have to see as it gets down later down these lines. The other thing, too, for Yandex, pushing buildings might be a little bit harder. In particular, Liquid, you can see how they can set up for siege, right? Nature's Prophet can siege, Tiny can also siege a little bit quicker, so map control will definitely be pretty important in these next few moments. So Saksa, I like what they're doing down here a lot. Enchantress probably their best way of being able to push these towers early on with these creeps, starting to get the ball rolling on the bottom side. Try to open up the map, perhaps have some access into Ace's side camps.
Yeah, because I feel from everything we sort of know and what we've seen so far, Yandex's approach this game seems a bit more self-explanatory, right? It seems safer, I would say. Liquid's is a little bit riskier. They got to do some flashy stuff, whereas Yandex, a lot of stuff is going to very naturally gel together.
They're going to exist well, but they're going to lack ways to start fights, perhaps, on Yandex. Well,
but I think they don't mind that.
Yeah, they're going to farm. They're going to farm.
We'll start a fight when you bring it to us, and hope we're going to be able to just hold our side of the map for the next 40, 50 minutes until you have to bring it to us, and we're going to be ready.
Let's see whose idea works out better this time around in particular, right? Because Nisha, he's just farming. He's got the Maelstrom build. He's just going to go straight up, as we said, playing the one position from the mid lane.
Yep.
So I feel like when the Blink Daggers come out from Liquid, they're going to accelerate a lot more. I don't think they're just going to sit back, Yandex get these like multiple timings, because we've seen, at least today especially too, what Largo can do if he's able to just do his timings as well.
And with this IO, as you said, it's just the mass heals, the way things come together for Yandex's lineup. Yeah, I think Liquid, they're going to be feeling a little bit of an urgency to do something, and it's going to be around Mickey's Blink. It's about 750 gold into it, so that's the key timing we're looking for to see Liquid really try and get the ball rolling.
Yeah, let's see if they can, in particular, open up the map, and is it going to work versus the timing, because the Blink's going to come, but Chiro's going to have the Ags. So he's already going to be that, reckoning force that they have to somehow deal with all the extra heals. And he's, as we said, the Lick will be there, so even when the Vessel comes out, if they do go for it, not sure if they actually will this game, he'll have an answer. Because I see it's now it's a Distiller being queued up for Tofu, so maybe he just goes, you know what? I'm never going to be able to get the Dispel off. Or get the Vessel on, because they're going to have the Lick.
Yeah,
so.
that's fair.
Quiet start here, though. 4-3. No teams wanting to over-move with their global, because there's reactions from the opposing global.
As I say, I think we're going to sort of see this sort of slow pace for quite some time this game.
I do think so, too, until the Blink comes. Then Liquid definitely going to go, because there's easier ways to start fights, but see how Yandex wants to respond with all this healing.
Because Watson on track to hit very good timing on the Mjolnir.
And Chira's too. Chira's timing is going to be really fast here with the Aghanims.
You give these two space, an IO with an Ags and a Wind Ranger with a Mjolnir rush. They're going to clean up the farm a little bit quicker than sort of the Tiny with an Echo Blink. Yeah, Mickey, he's going to want to go. He's going to want to go, and he has got great teammates and heroes around him to do so.
So much follow-up. That's just like Quinn was talking about, right? That's why they did this switch up, where Nisha's now playing the carry from the mid lane. They have so many ways to jump in and start, and then they have ways to follow up as well, too. They've kind of, lined it up nicely. It's just going to be, can they execute it? Since I feel like theirs is a bit easier to execute in terms of bursting, but Yandex, if they don't get burst...
If they don't get burst, the play is over. Yeah. Because as you say, they're full in on the heals. Outside of the heals, they don't have any other sort of direct take. 2 times now, that's... sure, they kill, if they even do. Nearly gets away with the scurry. They will get the kill, but it's gotta hurt. 14 minutes in, you're yet to secure a Shrine of Wisdom for yourself, Liquid.
They're not even that far behind on the experience, to be honest with you. They're maximizing really well with the way that they're just farming all over the place. Like, Nisha's just hitting the creeps, being able to get involved with that global potential. So, even though they lost the double Wisdoms, they're actually... pretty much dead even in terms of experience and gold, so...
Yeah, so that's pretty interesting.
Pretty cool.
Considering, 4 Wisdoms already going the way of Yandex.
Please don't tell me this is going to be one of those games, though, where it's 4-4 at 14 minutes already.
I'm telling you, I think both are... we're looking at Mickey. We're looking at Mickey to save the show. Is he going to be able to look to make action happen? Or is this going to be one of those blinks that kind of just speeds up the farming because you get from camp to lane to camp a little bit quicker? We'll see how aggressive Mickey wants to get. But honestly, I think he might just be happy hitting the creeps.
He might. He'll make one move. If it doesn't work, then it's going to be
back to the creeps.
So Let's see what goes down here. Rotation toward mid. Yandex is actually the one accelerating here. Trying to shut down Liquid before they can get that timing. Quick pick.
That's a nice little move, and an unexpected one. I don't think if you're Liquid, you're expecting Watson to just sort of turn up here around the mid and put this pressure on. I like it. You know, this is sure Yandex doing something that, Liquid, I don't think they were expecting this sort of heavy pressure just to appear around the mid-tier 1 tower. Yandex are going to get that for free.
And so far, Chira, he's looking good on the IO. He's not doing anything crazy or flashy, but his farm is excellent. Catch on Nisha.
He's going to be able to turn and get the sprout off. He's got the first, comes in with the sharpshooter before the Solar Guardian heal comes in. They'll turn with the Starfire coming with Chira Jr. Chira Jr. will get taken down in return, so they'll lose the mid for a mid. The Yandex, they've got enough and they can move on from more. They're going to grab on away. Double kill for Malady. They'll look to Tofu to the tower. He'll try and leap away. We'll get away with that final leap up to the high ground. Snowball into Arrow, back away Malady, but the combo doesn't hit correctly. The power shot though from Watson!
Actually,
Max range takes out Tofu. Mickey though will finally turn up and ensure that Liquid do not go empty-handed. Cleans up a double, so make sure that the trade ends up relatively even.
Oh my God, what a response there. I mean, Mickey getting the perfect connection there to get the
good job. If he was in there, that would have been bad news for Liquid, but Mickey, he knew he needed to be a part of that one. You know, the dive in the tier 2, he can't miss out on that, and he does.
And Boxy actually coming back in time. That fight lasted so long, he came back in time. He almost has his Blink Dagger. He actually got some gold because of that. So if anything, I actually think Liquid comes out ahead in that one because they get this extra gold for the support.
Sure, for the Blink.
EM dies as well too, and Ace gets some, sure he dies, but some
Another
recovery.
one here for Mickey and Nisha.
Another.
Catching sacks around the lane up top. All right, Liquid. Funnily enough, weren't the ones to start getting the action going. It was Yandex going, hey, you know what, let's try a look around the tier 1 and see what we can turn this into heading up into the triangle area.
Yep.
Liquid's like, all right, you want to play? We're ready to play. Let's go.
They just have, I mean, in general, right, looking at the stuns, we have to talk about it because we did mention it earlier. Liquid has a ton. Yandex just doesn't. They really don't. So they just have to collapse on these targets and burst them a bit quicker.
Yeah.
Liquid will have that easier access to go for these kills in most situations if they do have those numbers. But okay, very even still. 2K lead at the moment here for Liquid, but a big punchback. They slow down DM, and Ace now does have the Echo finished up. Is level 12, so level 2 Solar Guardian is also online for the next play. That healing could make the difference too.
And a decent amount of protection is going to be built for the IO. Going for the Shiva's Guard next, right? A lot of their burst damage is this physical damage, so once he has the extra armor on top of things, Chira Jr., I mean, we even saw there, they did sort of take everything they threw at him to take him down. Like, it took time to take the IO out. So Chira Jr. is able to get this next time online in good time. He's going to be a tough one to defeat. Liquid. See if they're prepared for this. Another movement's actually going to be coming in from Yandex.
I quite like that if Chira does go. I kind of wanted to go BKB first.
Before the Shivas?
It's too much magical burst damage that could just explode him. And a lot of the lineup, I feel, for Yandex is revolving how Chira does. If Chira gets burst at the start of these fights,
falls apart.
A lot of the healing, the lineup that they want to play with and dangle heroes kind of falls apart. So
Malady gets a quick connection here. They're coming with a focus fire, trying to get the Solar Guardian off base, but he's gone.
Big damage.
They turn with a huge amount of burst again. Mickey, he's everywhere they need him to be.
And Chira.
Build up the turn, then they're going to try for Chira.
They got him.
Damage they do. Mickey making sure that he's not missing out on any of these fights. Again, Yandex are kind of bringing...
I think they're forcing more than I expected.
I mean, I don't think we thought they would do this.
I thought they would chill back.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just that I think they're kind of happy to chill back, but no. They're maybe feeling some pressure that's not necessarily there. They're trying to make these plays. They're not going too great each time.
And also,
Liquid, they're countering them.
I feel like I kind of cursed Chira there because something about a lot of the IO players, we have to talk about it always, right? It's the timing of the 15 talent. They went right before he hit level 15. So I've seen most of these teams, that IO just plays around that time because you do so much overwhelming damage. That's twice now he shows up, dies.
Yeah.
Now we're seeing separation between them. And Mick, I have to say, what combos that he's got.
He is the happiest Tiny in the world right now. Each of these moves just turning up and cleaning up. It's the dream for the carry Tiny.
He's big now. A Shadow Blade also finished up. This is dangerous. The burst is a bit too high, it feels like, for Yandex to deal with. They have to be more careful how they approach these next few fights.
Yeah, and we'll see what they do. But as I said, two sort of surprising moves. They're trying to make aggressive plays where it just feels like their draft could kind of lean towards a more defensive style, but Yandex taking a risky move, and it's not paying off.
I want to see Chira finish BKB before the next move. I think he just potentially can just get burst again and again if he doesn't get that before the moves. He's going the standard build, though, as we said. It's the BKB, it's the Shivas. It makes your spirits so much bigger, makes you go for just better, easier team fights in particular. But yeah, it's going to be tough. I'm seeing some difficulties in protecting him since they don't have, as we mentioned for Liquid, they don't have that hard save. Yeah, you've got lots of healing, but you don't have a Tusk Snowball, right? You don't have that hard save if he gets caught from the magical, from all the stuns that comes in from Liquid.
We'll see if Yandex calm things down a little bit. I would be very surprised if we see them run at Liquid again, because it's not working out.
At least get the BKB for Chira, but a lot of this downtime now at this point, we're seeing Liquid pulling ahead. Nisha potentially also getting his BKB at a pretty fast timing. Their 3 cores are scaling very hard.
Absolutely, yeah, with that excellent bit of a bump up that they've received across the board. McKay in prime position.
He's done this quite a bit of times on his Tiny. He's now the hunter as well too with the Shadow Blade.
Honestly, I feel like if I'm Liquid, that you're like, what, do we actually need to go over to their side of the map? They're probably going to come over to us again soon.
Yep.
So, you know, let's kind of chill out and wait for Yandex to make a move into us again, and we'll just counter it once more, I feel Liquid's going to be saying.
Soon, 20 minutes. Now 20 minutes. Tormentor's available, so let's see if any team wants to actually set up for that in particular. Yandex, get the wisdom. Liquid's not even going for theirs just yet.
They should be able to get their first one, Liquid.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Time round.
And Liquid, Mickey, as we said, on the hunt. Yeah. So overall for Yandex, much scarier for them to show in these lanes, and Watson does go greedy. He does go the Hurricane Pike build rather than putting the BKB early on. Maybe because he feels there's going to be so much attention on these heroes. I
wanted to see Yandex go for the greed.
You did. Okay. I feel like at the end, I feel like Chira going for greed would have been too much, though. Okay. I don't think all 3 of them can go for greed, because the map, it does feel like it's going to start shrinking pretty quickly now. With Liquid having this opening.
Dire's middle tower.
Malady.
You just didn't call him out.
And he's being sneaky.
Not the easiest to burst.
He's gonna go check. Let's see if he gets the timing.
Oh, it's close! He won't get the steal, but he will get a kill. Will he get out? Oh, the trees, he's gonna get away with it. So, well, won't get the kill, but hey, he'll take that. It's a free pick-off to take down Tofu.
He's really high level on this Hoodwink. Oh, yeah. You have to point that out. He's level 13. Malady. Actually playing the 4 position, it feels like, from that 5 roll this time around compared to Saksa.
And he is, of course, trying to build that save for his teammates, right? Getting the solo crest, getting the glimmer cape. He wants to be able to make sure that Jira Jr. stands a very good chance of surviving through the burst and getting a chance to get the BKB off, even if he does get caught in the chain stun.
This just is indicative of how they want to play the lineup, right? They want long team fights.
To stay alive.
Yep. Liquid, they want to burst the target, kill them almost immediately. Yandex, they want a long fight where these spirits just start adding up, where the Croak starts adding up. Speaking of the Croak, his DM gotten the 15 talent, not yet. Another really strong one when you do get it versus heroes like Tiny. This Croak of Genius max HP, it really starts to add up with something like IO. So we'll see if that comes into play soon. Liquid accelerating.
Next time.
Manisha able to find pretty much any of these heroes 100 to 0 if they catch them alone.
This is a real tough game for Saksa. Like Pan was talking about also, right? Like the Dawnbreaker, the Tusk, these are great answers in general, and the Tiny. This is not an easy game for Ench.
Nice little lick there to catch up Tofu as he tries to leap away. We'll set Watson up, take him down, and
Liquid is smoked up, potentially looking for a jump.
Yeah, we'll consider this if anyone steps too far forward. He's going to try and Chira Jr. They've got the solo guardians committing as well. The BKB comes down, lick to the side, DM trying to save him. Nisha teams in with the right flick. Chira Jr. is going to get taken down. Watson caught in the sprout for now. Nisha standing his ground with the BKB. Watson will be able to cut his way free and wind run to safety. A lick back onto Nisha. He's down into the river. They have the bushwhack into the sharp shot onto Ace.
Follow-up? A power shot?
They're slowing him down. Any further gap closed? DM getting ready for the lick. He can. We'll lick it back into an impetus or 2, and that shall do it. Yandex will be able to hold their own around their tier 1 and make sure that their mid-IO does not die for nothing.
They were super prepared for that move. They had all 3 cores sitting behind, well, all 3 cores sitting in the mid lane looking for that move. Liquid still does get the kill, though. They still push right through it, but will end up sacrificing Ace. But that usually is the case for Ace. He tends to be, especially in this type of draft, I feel like he has to be the sacrificial lamb since he's just playing the Dawnbreaker. 0-4, though, he is struggling a bit in this game. But Nisha, he's soaking all that space. 6-1-4 now on this Nature's Prophet. Jeez, what's he end up going for? Is he actually... Oh, he's rushing the MKB. Yeah, since he's playing versus the Wind Ranger, totally makes sense. He's going to have it at a very early time.
I love it. For your full out on the damage. He is going to hit hard. And yeah, you need to have that overwhelming damage to get through this amount of sustain. In terms of Watson's next pickup, obviously looking for the BKB.
Yep, you absolutely
about 1,000 gold off it.
What about DM? I was thinking, I mean, I think they have to triple BKB on the cores. Sometimes it feels a bit bad in these games to do it. Like you said, you want to be going for these farm items, but in this game, you have to versus all the magical, all the stun.
A good few catches against Tofu now.
That's like 3 in a row, it feels like they've gotten on.
Now Watson's been able to find the chance to finish him quite a few times, and that will very much help towards that BKB fund, which has pretty much got complete. Getting to the point now where the group up, especially from the two of them, the IO and the Largo, we are going to see how strong it is. And as we know, it is very strong. You are going to see situations where these two heroes, their HP might not dip below sort of the 90% if the fights go smooth.
I was waiting to mention this too, because looking at Liquid's lineup, there isn't really a Krellis Crozier buyer. Because that is the counter right now to the healing, as we've seen in a lot of these drafts.
Yeah,
who's going to buy Krellis?
Can you fit it in on a Dawn build?
That sounds bad.
Yeah,
I mean, he might do it, but I don't know. Usually you see like the Underlords, the Dooms, Centaurs, you know, any of these traditional offlaners can usually go for it, but Dawnbreaker isn't really usually that type of traditional offlaner where you can
it's sort of hard to kind of fit other items into your build as a Dawn. There's so much core stuff that you kind of want to have every game.
So they're the thing is that they're just going to have to deal with the healing then, or just try to pop the target. So let's see if Liquid can do it. Smoked up, looking for another move, potentially around the Roche.
All right.
Yandex is getting to start to catch up, at least in terms of the gold. They're chilling back, getting the creeps.
Yeah, throughout it all, Watson doing his best to keep up. Obviously, Nisha getting a significant lead and holding it. Remember, Mikkel could be able to get with a burst. They're going to try and burst straight through the IO. Can they kill him? Jura Junior's taken down.
It's too much.
They find Malady as well. Boxy will fall in return, but the damage already done by Liquid. Maybe even potential for more as they look at the he can't get his way around the shards.
Oh man, Liquid, they're opening things up so much. The chain stun combos, he doesn't even get his BKB off. Everything just connects on him.
I guess he had no moment to be able to press it throughout that entire burst.
That's the combo. They just have so many different stunts.
They've got enough.
This is now multiple times. What, 4 times they're catching Chira at the front. He needs to survive longer. In order for their lineup to function, he needs to be alive the majority of it. He cannot die first. Liquid really accelerating Nisha.
Stuff from them now.
21.
And just massive. Nearly 21k net worth as well in 27 minutes in. Having a phenomenal time here as the Mid-Nature's Prophet is going to be able to look try to finish the tower. Though he has been caught. Take away that Aegis moment after he's able to pick it up for himself.
He doesn't have BKB either.
See if we can go for round 2. It certainly looks like they can. They're going to be able to drag him out to the side. Boxy trying to bail them out. The 3 of them trying to help him. The full team of Liquid turn up. Nisha's going to go for the team.
Watson gets him.
Watson able to get in. Finish off the kill. Now the relocate's coming in with more for Jira Junior. Yandex ready to strike back. Punishing the
what a play.
So heavily. Double kill for Watson. All 3 cores dead because Nisha really wanted that tier 1 fogged. And he doesn't even get it.
He did not.
He didn't even get the tower. He's just cost his team all 3 of the cores lives.
Oh, that was really rough. The worst possible positioning for Bedin, and Watson gets the focus fire. Aegis makes the focus fire. You still continue after the respawn. Respawn just runs him down.
Oh, he's going to regret that, Nisha.
Oh, Nisha.
That whole, they just lost
their whole lead's
5k gone nearly. They were 7k down to 2k. Everything was looking Liquid's way. They were entering the mid-game so cleanly, but one mistake there costing them nearly everything that they've gained so far.
A massive blunder there from Nisha, but Yandex in perfect position to punish it, and it's around Watson. He's the key for the team this game. 11-1-6. He's like, you know what, Chira? You may be dying a couple times, but I'm going to be the rock for the team so far here.
Dyer's bottom tower
gets the crit now. His damage is accelerating as well. That was a quick turnaround.
Yeah, won't be doing that again.
Nope, Nisha, going for a tier 1. If that was like a Rax or something, you could understand the play, but...
Something about when you're on the Nature's Prophet and you see a tower this low, it's kind of just instinct. You can't help yourself. You want to try and finish it off. He doesn't get it.
It's quite brutal.
Yeah, that's a big swing.
Invisibility.
Level 20 now for Chira. Now has the armor item as well. I believe the Shivas is about to be finished up. That was a monstrous turnaround there from Yandex. Now feeling that they can make the aggressive move since the Aegis was taken away. Nisha still getting closer and closer towards the Satanic, but if he doesn't have BKB up in the fights, as we see there also, can just get killed, can also get stunned.
And Watson's closing up to him on the farm.
He is.
It was about 4k behind. Only just over 1k difference now between the two of them. Trying to get the jump, but they're going to be able to turn straight away. Lockdown Boxy.
The little friends preventing him from getting any type of snowball play. He tried to blink punch, didn't get the connection there. Yandex playing nicely together here as a team, responding accordingly to Liquid's group up and burst after finding that pick.
Yeah, that sort of swing's going to give them the chance to really get their group up into the position that they want to. Yandex, what the Shiva's done on top of the BKB, Kira Jr.
Getting closer.
This IO, as you mentioned, can be an absolute beast. Good on the levels as well, level 20.
That's the main thing we're looking at, right? The levels.
It's getting there.
The 2021. Well, this is the thing is when you do this build though, it's not always. He'll probably pivot toward an item since he is playing with the Wind Ranger. Yeah, we'll see if he does actually want to pivot or if he just does do the relocate thing when he hits 25. But
sure,
we'll have to see.
Yeah, because indeed that castle can lead to some pretty clutch moves.
And now DM after that fight, a full Aghanims too, so can do the double songs.
So much has come together.
So much. And for Mickey, I mean, it's a pretty big slowdown because that was literally Liquid was probably not expecting to have to do saving Private Nisha, and they ended up losing so much because of it, not even being able to save him. All that momentum they gained, gone. Yandex now in a very comfortable spot.
They are Daedalus on Watson. He is going to hit hard. It's going to be a lot of pressure on Boxy to make sure those snowball saves are always there in reaction to the focus fire, because at this point, with this amount of damage from Watson, Solar Guardian, it's not really going to. It's not going to save you. No. It's not going to save you. If Watson is firing the arrows at you, you're going to die.
And now let's see if Liquid, after building up that momentum and losing it, there's so much extra healing and health on the side of it.
Wrap around. They're going to be able to get the jump on him. He gets something off. The snowball save will come in. Buys him a bit of time here. Into the Solar Guardian. They've got the combat center.
Watson's gone.
Off.
Holy moly.
They were able to burst him.
No BKB.
He played a little greedy there. Did not want to put the BKB before the snowball came around. It cost him his life. He's out for 70 seconds. Liquid, they've got the numbers now. They can look to push for more. They made the jump over to Malady. Malady trying to get away with the harpoon, drags him back.
Holy moly.
The double.
Just deleted. Gets caught in the stun.
Didn't get a BKB off.
Did not. He got greedy with it.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, next scenarios, you probably just have to get the BKB off early, but
Liquid's now going to be able to die and get more. They make the jump on a DM. They've easily got the damage. There's nothing for them to be scared of when Watson's gone. There isn't that hero alive to just sort of shred through one of their big cores. So losing Watson at the start of the fight there, a bit of a nightmare for Yandex.
Does anyone have a force staff on the side of Yandex? I feel like someone's got to stop the chain stun and to be able to allow these heroes to get BKB off.
I like that. That's some core thinking there. It's like, I didn't get my BKB off. It was probably a support fault. They didn't force me.
Well,
that's what I would be saying.
For Liquid, it's so much chain stun. Someone's got to break it if that's going to be the case. And now Liquid, this could potentially be a Rax. They push super fast here. There is a glyph available.
See how careful they play at Liquid.
They're not playing. I mean, they pop
30 seconds without DM on Yandex.
They pop the glyph themselves. They're forcing this.
They got the drums ready as well.
Jump. Okay.
Toss back on a Saxa. But for the burst, Starbreaker to follow to lock him down. Chiro Jr. is coming in with the heals. It's a lot. He's keeping Saxa alive. It's enough. They can't kill Saxa. He'll survive. Liquid, they're going to bail out. He's just going to have the BKB. Rick comes in. Watson able to take him down with a focus fire. I think pretty much with that crit he rolled on the Daedalus. All right, we've got a spicy one here. Both teams making some crazy moves that aren't always going the best for one another.
Back and forth we go.
I don't know what's going on here.
The Enchantress, Isaxa just tanks everything with Chiro there.
Yep.
He's able to sit back and just get the heals.
All right.
How crazy this game is. Oh my goodness. It looks like they were potentially going to be able to get that Rax at the push, but nope. Watson gets the perfect timing, as you said, the last the crit on these.
Yeah, I think he needed that last go. That 508 damage on the right clicks when it procs with the Daedalus. Got the crit needed.
Hey, the graph is truly telling the tale. It's back and forth we go. Now Yandex going the other way.
All right.
They go for the Rax.
They're going to try to do as much damage as they can. It is just a long time without Nisha. And at the least they might be able to force Mickey's buyback.
And Liquid also, they use the aggressive glyph in the push, so they don't have the defensive glyphs.
Sometimes the aggressive glyph can be a bit too big of a brain move to make.
Wow.
That can hurt.
In a span of 2 minutes, it's Liquid who ends up getting Rax.
Yeah, that's true.
When it looks like they were.
I think you go about 1 minute and you say who's going to lose a set of Rax. You don't think it's going to be Liquid, but it is. They lose the mid-Rax.
What an insane game so far here. And Chiro now. We were asking in the bottom fight if Liquid was going to have to damage the burst targets. They did. Now Chiro's going to have a heart. Are they going to have to damage this time to be able to burst the targets? If they can chain stun, as we saw, very likely. But maybe with the heart, it might be too much. We'll have to see.
That's the thing. If they can't burst an Enchantress with just a DM Largo behind them, you know, what sort of chance did they have of bursting anyone else when they sort of heals and sustain comes in it? Liquid, despite hitting that early stride into the mid game, that is slipped away from them multiple times. One on trying to take out the mid tier 1 tower, which, may I remind you, still stands. They never
It does still stand.
And then one on that failed attempt to try and go to the high ground that cost them pretty dearly.
Aggressive move. Malady. Looks like he's probably going to get caught. They're even using the Solar Guardian. Oh my goodness. Yeah, well, Malady's dead.
I think Yandex say, okay, whatever. We don't care.
They'll get a Tormentor. Liquid will also be able to get that picked up during it. Yandex can't really claim anything themselves off of that movement. Back and forth we go. 35 minutes. Wisdoms. They'll be able to back up and get those themselves. Liquid as well.
You got to secure the Roche, I imagine, if you're Liquid next.
Yep. And let's see what...
And next time, try and get something a little more done with the Aegis.
Yes, maybe Nisha won't TP by himself.
Yeah, maybe just let that tier 1 mid stand. It's cursed. Do not touch it. It's fine. You can win the game through the side lanes. The mid lane might be risky.
How's Ace's itemization going now too? Is going to have the AC, so more overwhelming physical damage. As we see, Liquid still like double, tripling, quadrupling down on what their strategy is, right? They're just looking to pop these targets. Yandex, tank up. Everybody tank up. Everybody get ready. If you can just survive those long fights, we can see the success that they can have. Jira, almost 24. Same thing for Watson, getting close to these scary level 25s.
All focus around the Roche tower. 30 seconds and we will see it back in play. Both teams are going to be bringing their best efforts to contest this Roche.
And they do now have a 4-staff on the side of Yandex. So the potential, besides the core, Watson's not going to use it on
Sure, just to give them a chance.
Just to give a chance to break
get that
the
distance, get that window for the BKB to come off if they don't enter the fight with it preemptively pressed, which they might do so as well, as we're seeing.
True.
If you are Watson or Nisha in these sort of moments, you might have to sort of look to the future and press that BKB before the jump comes in, which can be a risk, but can absolutely pay off if they make the correct read on the situation.
All right, Yandex, they're looking for the fight themselves, setting up. They throw the Croak. Everyone's gathering together. Right. They're looking for something here on Liquid. See Boxy.
He can get the grab. Pull himself away with a harpoon. They know what's going on in Liquid. They'll back off.
That was dangerous for a second there. If he doesn't get that harpoon, his blink did get canceled. They could have forced a BKB. Not going to be the case, though. Liquid trying to buy more time. Tofu getting close to Aghanims and level 20 himself. So burst damage is continuing to grow, as we do see for their draft. And for Malady, I love it, right? He's now going Greaves himself. So you see the idea that both teams are really trying to do here. One team just trying to delete targets, other one just sustaining. Mickey also going to go for the MKB this game, so it's not going to be the most explosive damage from the Tiny with the Daedalus, but still strong.
Yeah, absolutely. So Boxy there,
Similar
trusting
mindset.
that at the moment they still have enough to all-in-one target and 100 to 0 them.
Yeah.
Which it might be slightly wishful thinking, but it's the thinking you've got to have, right? You've got to believe that you can turn up an 100 to 0 someone, and sure, if they get all 5 heroes on one of them, even with the Heart IO, they can do it. It's going to be close, but they can still 100 to 0 a single target.
And now let's see, right? When a lineup starts to realize that you are looking for that, right? That's when people are going to start itemizing perhaps with an Aeon Disc, maybe the Wind Wakers. These type of saves are something that
Wind Waker's going to be
still
huge.
look for. And I think, I did see Chiro was queuing. Okay, he is going to go for it. So.
Wind Waker's fantastic this game.
I think it's one of the best.
It's the best time in the game to counter that sort of playstyle.
The one burst. So besides that,
a lot of money.
Forces, it is.
Gonna take some time.
But it's a very good item on, it's a good item on anybody. If you can get
I think they want to see multiple.
Sure.
Eventually.
I would agree. DM, level 20, double catchy lick.
Yep.
Smoke up.
And they read that immediately.
Perhaps they're feeling some of this pressure right now with Liquid just popping their core.
They went straight in with the reactions to that.
And Liquid not slowing down with any type of number advantage. It's 80 seconds. It's a long time for them to get this kill to go for this Rax push. Yandex has to be very careful in these next 60 seconds. Don't want to hemorrhage another hero and then you're playing this 4v5 for the next 2 minutes or so. Have to probably back up and get together toward your base, but Liquid is on the prowl.
See where they go with this.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Don't have the Satanic here for the hold.
Malady is standing outside here. This is a dangerous
Radiant's
position to
middle
be in. If he
tower
gets
has
seen,
fallen.
Boxy will jump him. Does he have the follow-up here, though? The arrow?
Anyway to get him out, the arrow's empty. He's just
Oh my God.
straight away. A fully aggressive move there for Nisha. He has obviously got the Aegis to rely on. See if he can get out. Have to put the BKB on run. Buyback's going to be coming out from Malady.
Again, Nisha just
Middle tower is under attack.
Shot's going to connect. Watson's in with a focus fire. Snowball save comes in though. Foxy trying his best to bail Nisha out of this. The Snowball's going to go pretty deep though. Nisha's pretty low. He's going to stand his ground. Try and heal up. The Shackle comes in though, locking Nisha and Mickey together. DM trying to run. Nisha's going to fall to the damage of Watson and Saxa. An attempted TPL will succeed for Mickey.
Oh, it's expensive though. Chira buys back. They will get the kill on the Nature's Prophet. They will get all of this, but man, that is such an expensive hold. How many actually is that?
Just the two of them,
and
right?
2 buybacks coming in.
But the big one, as you say, Chira Jr. having a buyback, that's going to slow down his next big pickup.
And it's not the
Saxa!
Saxa!
With the little friends able to put a stop to that TP out from Tofu, so they get a fair bit out of this.
But it's expensive.
How much can they get out of the map in return for using these 2 buybacks? We're seeing the middle lane getting shoved down by Watson and Chira Jr.
Can they go for any of these pushes? There's still tier 2 on bottom. Maybe they can swing directly to top?
I mean, there's a high chance they can force out this Nisha buyback, right? I mean, someone,
potentially.
Foxy at the least is going to have to buy back surely.
Depends on where Yandex wants to really hit. And does the Liquid actually want to care about losing another set? We'll have to see how they want to react. I mean, again, Nisha puts himself
He went right up with the TP to the high ground.
And it's the thing is like, when you have Aegis and you're versus Wind Ranger, the focus fire, right? It just persists the whole time. You respawn, he's still just wailing on you from that distance. So they could not protect Nisha in there. And as you said, a buyback from Boxy, Yandex.
All right.
They're making them work.
Now, Liquid won't be pressured to use the big buyback themselves on Nisha. They'll be able to wait out this 20 seconds or so.
And they're going to have this window where Chira does not have the buyback. And as we see, we'll see if he ends up changing the build or not, right? But he is queuing up a Hex now instead of having that Wind Waker. So the burst, the one shot is still available there for Liquid to catch these targets.
And indeed, in terms of the talent selection, as you say, because he doesn't have the
he went for the
items,
relocate.
even though he has this fun synergy with the Wind Ranger and the Focus Fire, keep him with the talent choice that fits the build.
Maybe he'll saying he'll head there eventually. We'll wait till 30 and I'll go for right click.
I mean, as we said at the start, right, I think both teams would not mind having a little bit of fun going to the later stages. They might not know it. They might both be sweating. You know, I can imagine it's pretty stressful when the game goes late. But everyone else watching is certainly going to get to enjoy quite a treat if it does so. Highly likely, 25 to 25, 43 minutes in. Only a 6k gold difference, a lead that Liquid hold at this moment.
It's pretty even on the board here. Just the scare is for Yandex having to use that buybacks and the potential for them now at this point not scaling as hard. It's starting to get a lot of pressure onto Watson. He's been taking that pressure, but as Liquid's lineup is designed about burst in one target, that's where it can be hard for someone like Watson to solo carry now at this point.
Yes.
Let's see how they can connect with the next move. Nisha now, Butterfly is done.
I like
so
it. I mean,
Watson's damage will be a lot weaker now versus the Nature's Prophet.
It is, but honestly, even if they still catch him in a stun, it's just so much damage with the Davis and the Focus Fire that even if you're missing a few hits, I think it's still going to die pretty quickly. On the opening onto Boxy, do they want to try and fight this Liquid? Tofu, here at the side, he's going to look start. Watson again, Watson's dead! Gone! Again, he's never getting the BKB off!
Just dead.
Liquid get the catch on him. We'll see if Saxa, DM, and Malady clean up anything in return. They'll get Boxy. But the 2 cores on Yandex dead. DM's going to go for the BKB TP. Malady will not get out of there. That's Malady and Chira Jr. both dead. Of course, their buyback still on cooldown from that last defense. They're out for over 100 seconds.
And the push that Liquid can come in with is so fast
And
with the MP Tiny.
Not able to get the BKB off. They're
Every
catching Watson every single time.
I think this time, I think most of the times it's been just the punch into the solar guard. This time it was a punch into an arrow. And he just gets full connected on just dead. Actually, I have to check really quickly if it was that. Yes, it was. Avalanche into stun. He just dies. He takes the damage so fast.
It's a terrifying game from him because if you get caught by one stun, you're just not going to get the BKB off. It is that follow-up. We're seeing it time and time again. Liquid always making sure that they have that full lockdown to punish Watson if they catch him in just one spell to start the move.
Right, Liquid synergy on point this game. Sure, Nisha maybe a couple times have hemorrhaged some big kills for the side of Yandex, but now the push. I mean, Nisha, we're careful.
The little friends, they're hurt.
It's the Treants. Yeah. The own tree, it's feeding him.
Yeah, that's very true at this point. You've got to be careful standing around those when Sax is ready to turn them against you.
That actually is very dangerous for other people as well, too. If someone else gets caught in little friends next to the Treants, it might just kill them.
See how much Liquid can get here.
Tower has fallen.
Good window. No buybacks available. Trojan and Malady. Zaxa step up. GM's going to be able to look him back to safety, but they're going to have to toss here. Mickey's got the control. Zaxa surrounded by the four of them. He's out. He does have the luxury of buyback, but the mid-racks will be gone. Nisha ready to keep the pressure on, and TP's down over towards the bottom lane, gets the treants back out again. They'll put the fortification here, Yandex, but still
so much time.
many moments until they'll have the full lineup ready to hold against it. They do at least still have the tier 2 top, Yandex.
Actually picking up a flag as well for the push. Watson forced to use BKB so early.
He's going to try to get the shackle shot off. The tension is there. Focus fire coming in, but the Solar Guardian's there. They're not going to have the damage to kill Mickey off. Mickey's able to get away. They turn towards DM. DM puts the BKB, but he's been focused down by the three of them. The shackle cuts in clutch onto Nisha to stop the outgoing Galaxy down, but it's not enough to keep the DM alive. DM's gone. Sax is dead. He's died back. Jirajun is going to relocate in aggressively to try and look for Mickey. But Nisha just turns, right clicks into Jira Jr. He'll tether across over towards the tier 4s, over towards Watson. Boxing now into the tier 4s himself. He'll die for this. Tried to come in with that final punch on the Jira Jr., but it was not enough to finish him. Jira Jr. lives. BKB TP out from Nisha. He'll get out. But many a buyback having to be used there by Yandex to push Liquid back.
And now Watson he's having to use BKB so early in these fights. He's like,
terrified.
I gotta just pop it. It's tough for him to just stick onto these targets, kill these tanky cores. That's the other thing too, they are very tanky. This Dawn, this Tiny, they're just tanking right through it. Now with the Nature's Prophet having the butterfly.
Nisha does so much damage.
Yeah, and having, like, look at all these little things for Nisha, right? The Idol of Skriok thingy that gives you this extra evasion with the butterfly. It's actually, now it's hard for Watson to just focus fire him, to go for him at that point. 25k lead. Yandex starting to fall very far behind. They're getting very outscaled now.
Liquid.
DM, he's behind the support Mirana. The Mirana even catching up to the IO as well too.
Now Liquid are in a very comfortable spot now. They only don't have boxies. Buyback, everybody else has got theirs. The buyback situation obviously for Yandex, much, much worse for the next few minutes. So Liquid very much feeling like they're one good play away from closing up this game one. See if Yandex can prepare for it. Liquid's game hasn't been the cleanest. Still a chance that Yandex catch Liquid, trip them up. If Liquid try and make too aggressive a move or don't make it in full synergy with one another. Okay,
gets the catch.
Going to be able to start things with a lovely pickoff. Malady's gone.
So much burst damage now at this point. With the Mirana also, with the level 20 that he's had for some time now, you just see it's every time there's it's just 2,000 magical damage from these two heroes. And there's not much that they can do to prevent it at this point. Again, now Yandex with the number disadvantage as well.
Liquid. He's got the Hex pickup. Watson, dreaming big for the Divine Rapier.
Yeah, I think he absolutely needs it, because even with this Hex, right, it feels like they're lacking damage now at this point to go through all that Liquid has. And Liquid really never lacking the damage in this game, as we've seen. Their preparation with this one, their draft, it's looking like a great response to the healing. Since the healing comes kind of slowly, the way that they burst these heroes down, it's just worked for them beautifully. Amp damage on the bottom side also for the potential push. Roche also, 20 seconds, Liquid waiting for that.
Looking for the safe way to finish this one up.
And cool to see, like, no Krellas, right? Not really much anti-heal. Literally zero anti-heal. I think they got a Jitty Pollen bag at some point, and I think Boxy's been hanging on to that as the neutral item.
Yeah.
No real anti-healing. It's just about blowing them up in one shot.
Yeah, we're going to see what he's trying to slip this Guardian.
I saw he was queuing it. But at this point, right, like, it's kind of just like a stat stick as well. Sure, it'll help, but he's just going to get tankier with it. We see that they're already dealing with the sustain.
All right, Swift Link on Mickey.
Top tower is under attack.
Absolutely. I mean, reading the situation that we're all seeing here. Buyback situation is fantastic for Liquid. The buyback situation for Yandex, pretty rough right now.
Liquid could literally just throw all their bodies, and they will probably have 11 heroes, essentially. Actually, we'll call it like 11 or 12 with the cheese as well, too, right? Because they can buy back, TP back in with multiple. Everybody's got it at the ready in a second here.
Watson's so close to his Rapier. Honestly, he's going to need a slot right, so might just sell something up to buy it, or do you hope for the buyback? Because he is one of the ones that does have buyback. Do you go all in on the Rapier, or do you play for the buyback goal?
I don't know. It's such a hard choice. It's really up to Watson at this point.
Yep.
It doesn't even feel like the Divine Rapier is the end-all be-all, because it's literally just him, and the entire draft of Liquid, as we've seen, it's just about killing that one target. So if Watson just gets caught once, it is just over.
Quite tough position to turn around from here. Yandex now down 34k against Liquid.
Lane pressure coming in from these Treants as well, too. Liquid, they're looking to close it out. Anybody that chose will get popped. And they've got the numbers right now.
Saxe's going to walk it around. They get a beautiful arrow from the low ground. The Licks save him, though. They don't want to go too over-aggressive. Some restraint there from Liquid. They say, hey, it's an Enchantress. It's not actually the one we want to go for. And diving into the high ground, unnecessary. Liquid, they're going to look for a better option.
Nice licks. He licks them out of the toss.
Yep.
Yeah, nice little mechanic right there. We can just wait, though. Wait for that opportunity for one of them to show. They still have some time until those buybacks do come back up. Jira does have his at the ready, but DM does not.
Jira's going to be ready for, looking for that level 30. Going up a Daedalus. He's ready to try and get there.
Tofu is so... These type of Mirana games is a blessing when you do get these.
He's just firing these arrows.
You have everything, and you're just the follow-up. They just...
Well, Saxa going to try to set things up with the little friends, but they're thrown away. Mickey turns into the burst onto Saxa. They do get the trade, though. 1-for-1 immediate buyback comes in from Boxy. DM of the first Canabzi on this proc. Step back to the high ground.
Jira, be careful how far forward you're standing there.
And this is where they want to use their lives here, Liquid. You know, Boxy, no hesitation with his buyback, knowing that there's not the buyback opportunity for Saxa, still on cooldown for 2 minutes.
The push is coming in. These buildings drop very quickly. Forced to use the glyph. They have double Solar Guardian at the ready from Ace. If anything does go down.
Going to try and make the jump in, but Mickey's is straight away with the avalanche onto the both of them. They'll look towards Malady. Malady able to get away with the Glimmer Cape. She gets pretty low, but will survive. They're going to finish off that Aegis. They can. That's the Aegis gone. Watson punch up into the snowball. See the relocate take him out to the side. It's going to be enough to keep Watson safe. Watson gets picked up. Pretty nice angle with the shackle. It's going to land a lockdown. He wants to take these out, but they turn with the Abyssal into the avalanche combo. Onto Watson. Solar Guardian coming into play.
Nisha's back.
See if they can get him out of this one. They can't DMs out without buyback dead for 2 minutes.
Too many numbers.
Have lost Boxy a second time. Hex is actually out onto Nisha. He pulled back for this. They've got the lockdown.
They got him. Oh my god.
Watson, he takes him out. Gets the double. They look towards Ace.
Oh my god, Jira dies to Tofu.
They're holding. Oh, but Mickey, he says it doesn't matter. I'm going to close this game up. It doesn't matter that Nisha's died back. Mickey tries to
Mickey's
the
focus.
Comes in. He kills him off as well. Watson.
He's doing it. Cleaning up the kills at least.
Liquid, they felt they had the edge. They had the buybacks. They went all in. But now they're in a situation where they don't have their nature's profit for 100 seconds.
It's got to go. I mean, Yandex has to run down mid.
Run it down mid.
Beating Mega Creeps is
Run it down mid.
I don't think
Get that rapier purchase. You got 10,500 in the bank, Watson. You got the money.
I don't think I've seen
They need the damage.
This tournament come back from Mega Creeps just yet. It's Tofu.
I don't think it's happened.
He's caught in the middle. Oh man.
Buyback. There's the rapier. Get the rapiers out. Go for the ancient. Try and end it. They're going to do their best.
They have to go for it.
Running down the mid.
Oh my god, if they can do this. Nisha dead still for 70 seconds. Oh, this would be insane if they can't do this.
It looked like they had this one. They had a few mistakes early in the game.
They've got buyback. 40 seconds until Boxy comes back. Watson forcing it. There's a glyph available.
Can they do it 3 versus 4?
Middle tower has fallen.
The tier 4s are falling.
They're dropping fast.
They got to do something soon. They catch up with the avalanche. They try to follow with the Solar Guardian. Force Watson out of the Solar Guardian. He's going to be able to figure out the tier 4 now. Abyssal Blade comes in and slide him out to the side. They have the stone control for now for the BKB. He turns towards Mickey. Mickey's got the touch control on him.
Mickey's dying.
The E-Blade is going to provide him some safety because they try and come in with the ghost form. But the Ancient's exposed. Ace trying to bring
Watson's on Mickey.
Watson turns to Mickey. Mickey's gone.
No way.
The throne.
They're doing it.
Yandex are absolutely doing it. Liquid are not doing it.
They've got to go.
Okay, there's a fortification. What the fuck? Started on for too long though.
Oh my god, Yandex's base as well.
Watson, they did it. They've done it.
Oh my god.
Oh,
what just happened? Oh my god.
What a day one of the main event we're having here, ladies and gentlemen, at the International.
Oh my god. I'm speechless.
That's insane.
That was absolutely ridiculous. Nisha